All the events and identities shown in this movie are purely imaginary and fictional. Any resemblance to anyone or anything, living or dead, is purely coincidental. The movie is based on a story included in Class 12 syllabus of CBSE, and thus, if you're a student of Class 12 and watching this movie, it is undoubtful that the next 30 minutes of your life will be very beneficial for you. But, at the same time, it does not mean that you are now free to bunk your English class when this chapter is going on, and hence we request you to please study the chapter yourself again, and to not hold us liable for any confusion being done to you or any loss of marks you suffer because of this movie. And of course, no animals were harmed during the making of this movie.
Ivan's breakout case is high in the news these days, sir. Tell me something more about this chap.
Ivan's the Break, as he was popularly known by everyone. He had escaped thrice before from the jail. And this time, he was kept here in my jail under my surveillance. And I personally used to check everything related to him. His security, his food, his daily schedule, everything. I couldn't take any chance after all, right? And at a point, I really felt that he was genuinely interested in giving O-level German exam.
Quite interesting. After knowing this all, I am more curious to know about his great escape.
So this all happened on 8th of June this year. We came to know that we were screwed when Stephen, a new chap, started shouting like hell that day. Although this thing happened on 8th of this June, there was a lot more than that right from the beginning. Few weeks back to it, that silly chap Evans had a certain itch for getting some academic qualification in O-level German. And at that time, we really felt that that was genuine. And then, that happened like this.
Oh no! What's this? Oh no! Jackson! Jackson!
It's a slightly unusual request, Governor, but I don't see why we shouldn't help. Just one fellow, you say.
That's it. Sharp called Evans started night classes in O-level German last September. Says he's dead keen to get some sort of academic qualification.
Is he any good?
He was the only one in the class, so we can say he's had some individual tuitions all the time. Would have cost him a packet if he'd been outside.
Well, let's give him a chance, shall we?
That's jolly kind of you, sir. What's exactly the procedure now?
Oh, don't worry about that, Governor. I'll be sending you all the forms and stuff. What was his name, you say? Evans?
James Roderick Evans.
Just one thing, Governor. He is not a violent sort of fellow, is he? I don't want to know his criminal record, but...
No, there's no record of violence, sir. Quite a pleasant sort of chap, they tell me. Bit of a card, really. One of the stars of our Christmas concert. Just a congenital kleptomaniac, though.
Presumably, you can arrange a room where...
No problem, sir. He's in a room of his own. If you have no objection, he can sit his exam there.
That's fine.
And also, we can get a person from St. Mary's Mags who could invigilate if that's...
Fine, yes. They seem to have a lot of parsons, don't they? And also, you shouldn't have any much trouble keeping him incommunicative, do you?
Don't worry, sir. We'll keep an eye on him. Thank you, sir. Evans.
Good and your arrivals.
Pardon?
I said good luck for tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. I mean, donc Sean.
You haven't a cat in hell's chance of getting through. Of course, but
I might surprise everybody, you know.
Wake up!
Good morning, Mr. Jackson. It's indeed an honor.
And how's our little Einstein this morning?
Wasn't he a mathematician, Mr. Jackson? Give me some time. I was just going to shave and he busted.
Which reminded me, make sure you take out his nails off the cell after he's finished shaving his beard.
Surely.
One of these days, he'll do us a favor and cut his bloody throat.
Mr. Jackson, wasn't it you who took my nail scissors away?
And your nail file too. Look! Orders of the governor advance. And you want to complain?
And listen, you've got half an hour. Half an hour to smarten yourself up, Evans.
And take that bloody hat off.
Me, huh? It's the only thing that's given me any sort of luck. It's kind of lucky charm. And today, exam, me, I thought, well,
Just this once. And get chilling. Behave yourself, bloody. And these off.
I'm not going to take it off. Isn't he a minister? The chap who's coming to sit in?
And how do you know that?
Well, I had to sign some forms, didn't I? And I couldn't help. Well, may I ask you something, Mr. Jackson? Why did you bug me?
Not a very good job.
They're not literally thinking I'll be escaping, huh?
They're not taking any chances, Evans. Especially with you. Nobody can trust.
And who's gonna listen in?
I'll tell you who's gonna listen. The governor himself. And he doesn't trust a bloody inch on you. Nor do I. I am gonna keep a bloody watch on you, Evans. Keep your nose clean. Just one more thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Good luck, old son. Get the razor and keep your eyes scanner. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Will Evans try anything? But how on earth he would? If he was so anxious to make another break, why hadn't he tried out from the recreational block? It would have been much easier for him, right? And now he's all set between those locked doors of a cell, with more elite officers. And also, there are 2 more doors between his cell and the yard. And the walls are as high as a haystack. Yes, he's as safe as the house is. Anyways, it wasn't much trouble to keep the receiver on. But what's the point? We have got an invigilator whose duty is to check for silence. But, what if Evans tries something on McLean? What if he brings him in a slugger or a chisel? What if he brings a ladder or a rope? No. We've already taken all the weapons out. But what if the innocent McLeary brings something with himself? Perhaps a rat knife? What if Evans tries him as a hostage with such a weapon? Hello?
Can you wait for a minute, sir? You do, Stephens. There's an order from the governor. Kindly check it.
What's this? My reading glasses. There's something hard.
May I kindly know, sir, why are you carrying this tube? Are you thinking of swimming?
If you must know, I suffer from hemorrhoids. And when I'm sitting down for any length of time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir, but I'd rather keep this paper knife.
You've got a watch?
Yes, sir.
I'll be telling you when to start and when you've got 5 minutes left. Alright? There's plenty more this writing paper. Should you need more? Now write the name of the paper 021-1 in the top left hand corner. Done. In the top right hand corner, write your index number 313. And in the box just below that, write your center number 271. Alright? I'm now going to sit.
Is he gonna stand there all the time?
I don't know that. Mr. Jackson's given me strict orders.
How am I supposed to concentrate on my exam with somebody breathing down my neck? Christ!
Just do it.
Sorry, sir, I didn't mean to.
Jackson! Oh, good. Get Stephen out of that cell, will you? I think we are overloading things.
As you wish, sir. Stevens!
The examination starts now.
Examination has started, no doubt.
A quarter of an hour ago.
Well, there was a correction slip which some fool had forgotten to place in the examination package. Could you please?
Yes, of course. I'll put you straight through Mr. Jackson in D wing. You please hold the line for a minute. Is this fake? Is it a signal? Some secret message? Let me cross check the conversation.
Will you please stop writing a BY, Mr. Evans, and listen me carefully? Candidates offering German 021-1 should note the following corrections on page 3, line 15, fourth word. Should read golden end, not golden end. And the whole phrase will therefore read some golden end, lower, not some golden end, lower. I will repeat that.
This reminds me of my German teacher of class 6.
Sir, we require a prison van and a couple of prison officers for the remand case.
Could this be a hoax? Nah, don't be so silly. Okay, I'll send it. Evans. Those first hours, Stephen had dutifully peered through peephole in a minute or two.
Please, sir. May I put a blanket on my shoulders, please, sir? It's quite cold here, isn't it?
Be quick about it.
Jackson told me to report if something was fishy. I don't think so. Maybe he's planning with a sudden leap to suffocate McLady with his blanket. Nah, it won't be. I'm being that in this part of the prison, there's generally no sunlight. He's just being an idiot.
Stevens!
Stephen was to personally accompany McLary to the prison main gates and had to make sure that the doors were locked after they had left.
Stop writing, please. Put your sheets in order and see they are correctly numbered.
Thank you very much, sir.
Alright, was it?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. Mr. Stephens?
So, how do you think? Did he get on?
I think he did very well in exam.
Okay. See ya! Finally, I can get my coffee now. But maybe I should check once for Evans. He's always up to something. I should go.
Oh no! What's this? Oh no! Jackson! Jackson! Hey, listen! Are you alright? Listen! Are you alright?
Yes, yes. I know where they're gone. I know where they're gone. I know.
Where are you?
Yes, he's gone.
Help! Somebody help!
Call the police. Where's the governor? I know where he's escaping. Call the police.
Governor!
What happened? I know where he's gone. I know. Call him. I know where he's going. You see what I see?
Oh my god. Photocopied sheet. And look what it reads. You must followed the plan already. The vital plan in the time, it's 3 minutes before the end of the examination, but something. Don't hit him too hard. Remember, he's a minister. And don't overdo this, God's sakes, and win.
What the hell is happening here? What happened? What happened? Was it him?
Elfield officer. Elfield, I know where he's escaping. Elfield officer.
What is this?
Officer, take him with you. Everything, he'll be alright.
Come on, come on. To
He's
the
the
car.
only one who knows where he is. He's the only one. Go, take with him. Every dimension of my body was shaken like hell when I understood that it was that joker Evans who disguised himself as McLeary and stabbed the real McLeary inside the prison. And Stephens, being so silly, considered Evans as McLeary and waved him goodbye from the prison. And during all of this, the real McLeary was lying unconscious and injured inside the prison. How can Stephen be so silly?
What just happened now?
Look what I've got here. A pair of dumbasses! From Millsfield Way, drive to the Hennington roundabout where... Yes, of course, the examination board was in Millsfield Way. And someone within the board was involved in this, right from the beginning. Someone was there. Everything was a part of it. The paper, the correction slip, everything. Do I need to tell you what's happened? You idiots? Do I? And which one of you two morons was the one who take that little Evans for a little walk out there to the main gates, huh? And waved him bye-bye?
It was me, sir. Just as you told me to.
What? When did I tell you? Just like I told you? What the hell?
When you ran, sir, and you told me
When was that?
it was 20 past.
You blithering idiot! Don't you realize it wasn't me? You don't realize a single small thing, huh? I use the phone, but just to get through the examination board. Oh. And you, Mr. Jackson. For how long have you been pretending to have mine, huh? You know what? Let me tell you something. This brain of yours is empty. Empty, empty, and clearly empty. There's nothing in that skull of yours. To the Harrington roundabout, where you go straight over and make your way to the New Graben. New Graben? Where on earth it is? No. New something. New Grave? Ah, nah. Never heard of it, never. There was a war grave. There was a war grave. Somewhere new. Something new. What was its name? What was its name? Yes, Newbury! Newbury, oh God! Newbury is a big sort of place, yes. Right. You! Stay at the Leeds police station. Takes Jackson and Stephens there. And you, when get there, ask for Inspector Ben. Chief Inspector Ben, you get that? Go, you idiots! Move! Sam! Hello, Inspector Ben.
We'll get him, sir. We'll get him with a bit of luck.
Oh God, such a beautifully laid plan it was. Such a clever fellow Abraham. They made their mistake. Careless of them, they left the paper behind. Almost all of them made their mistakes. And because of that, very, very shortly, Mr. Clever Mr. Evans would be back here.
McLeary had spotted Evans driving along Elsfield Way. We have his car number. I think they were going back to the city. We saw them last at the Harrington roundabout.
No, he's on his way to Newbury. It's a police job now, detective. By the way, Carter, I hope you managed to get McLeary to the hospital, right?
Yes, sir, he's in the Radcliffe now. Really groggy he was when we got to the examination office. And the strange thing was, they already called up for the ambulance.
May I speak to the accident department? I'm looking for McLeary.
McLeary, you said?
Yes, he's a person.
I don't think so there's anyone.
Yes, there is. You'll find one of your ambulances picked him up from the Elsfield Way about...
Oh, that! Yes, we sent an ambulance, but when we got there, the fellow was gone. No one seemed to know where he was. Just vanished. Not a sign.
Damn! And yes, I was wrong before. Just the moment I heard from the hospital attendant that the McLeary we sent vanished like nothing, I realized the whole thing. And surely he wasn't McLeary at all. Everything was fake and a part of Evan's plan and creation. Even that fake invigilator was. And in fact, it was Evans himself inside the prison with blood all over him and dressed like invigilator so that we think him as the invigilator himself. With one thing clear, that even invigilator was involved in this plan. The question arises in my mind that where was the real McLeary who had to come as the invigilator? So then I sent my boys to the address of the real McLeary's house, which I got from the St. Mary's Mags.
Who the hell is this? Who are you? I'm Reverend McLeary. I've been here since 8:15 a.m. Oh my.
Obviously, it was that fake McLeary who had logged the real one that morning, and that chap Evans played his card really well once again.
Saint McLeary.
And Evans the Break had escaped again.
Let's call it night for the day. It would take some while for my hair to grow back. Jackson put me into trouble by taking off my scissors. You know how difficult it is to cut your hair with a razor? Whew, what bad if it sets you free. Still, I got lucky that he didn't take my bobble hat off. Still, old Jackson is not a bad fellow. The worst had been those spectacles. I barely could see straight through them. That receptionist is not the same who booked me in. Change is always better. I won't be taking the breakfast. And may I have a daily express, please? And please book a call at 6:45 a.m. Tomorrow is going to be another busy day. Thank you. I still can't believe we pulled off such an amazing plan. To our mind, which thought McLaren wearing two black fronts, two black collars, which kept slipping. There was only this one panicky moment when McLaren got his hand just in time to stop the second collar from slipping. Keeping the pen in the mouth was quite easy. The real task was dressing under the blanket. In the car, I was promised everything: soap, water, clothes, food, everything, and a map. Yes, the map. Ordnance survey map of Oxfordshire. And yes, here's my luggage.
Hello, Evans. I've been expecting you.
Good evening, Governor.
It's not worth trying anything, you know. I got the place all covered. And the women too. Don't you think the receptionist was too sweet, huh?
Was that bloody correction slip, isn't it?
Well, there are some people who actually know German.
Well, it actually wasn't a mistake. We could have fixed up another hotel or find out some other way out, but the main really important thing was the phone to ring just before the exam finished. We had to know the exact time when the paper started, didn't we? And that too. We need to move the people out for a couple of minutes.
And like a fool, I presented that little piece of information to you on a plate, huh?
Well, somebody did. You know that correction slip killed two little birds with a single stone, didn't it? Name of the hotel for me and exact time when the exam started for...
Ah, that's pretty common sense, huh?
Good job, it's pretty common, huh? Or otherwise, how would I come to know in which hotel should I come? Would I?
Nice name though. Zingulanen. Huh?
But how exactly did you know which golden law it was? There are hundreds of them.
Same as your Evans. Center number 313. Reference number 271. Remember? When you look on Ordnance Survey map of Oxfordshire and search for 313 by 271, it lands you right in the middle of Chipping Norton.
Yeah, it does. And we hoped you'd run off to Newbury.
We did actually.
Well, that's something I suppose.
That question paper, Evans, could you really understand all that German? I could hardly.
Of course I couldn't. I knew roughly what it was all about. But we just hoped it would throw a bit spanners in the work. You know, sort of muddle up everybody a bit.
Tell me one thing, Evans. How on earth did you manage to pour that blood on your head?
Clever, sir. That was very clever. How to get a couple of pins of blood into the cell. When you have nothing to start, you start with or when. When the invigilator himself gets searched before entering the cell. Ah, I don't know if I ought to tell you that. I might want to use that particular.
Anything to do with that tube for piles patients? Perhaps yes. Come now.
Clever though, wasn't it?
Come. Let's go back. Must have been a tricky job putting all those prints, huh?
Nah, you got it wrong, Governor. It was quite an easy job.
No?
Nah, the clotting part is difficult. We got the blood enough easy from the slaughterhouse in Kidlington. You know, to make it clot, we need to mix your actual blood with 1/10 of its own blood and 3.8% of trisodium citrate. You didn't know that, didn't you?
We learn something every day new, sir. Come on, my lad. Tell me one thing, Evans. How did you manage all this business? You had no visitors, you had no letters, I see that.
friends though. What was that supposed to mean?
My German teacher, sir.
You mean he was from the technical college, right?
Was he? Did you ever have a check on him?
God Almighty. God, there's always
Always will be, sir. Always.
All set? Is everything ready?
Yes, sir, the car's outside.
Nah, it's okay. Let's get you back home, son. See you soon, laddie. Take this little boy to police station. Be careful. See you soon, Evans. We'll meet again.
Cheerio, sir. I know that your German's pretty good now, but do you know any more modern languages?
What? Very well. Why?
I happen to notice that there's more Italian O-level classes coming up. I wish to take those.
Perhaps. You won't be with us next September, Evans.
Perhaps I won't.
Now where to, sir?
What about Newberry?
And this was his fourth breakout.
This Evans is a mysterious creature, sir, isn't he?
Yes, of course, he is.
So tell me about the updates since the breakout day, sir.
There hasn't been a sort of update since then. The last thing we came to know about him was that he was studying somewhere in Newbury. But yes, our intelligence team is still on the case, and we're sure to get him back soon.
How do you plan to catch him now, sir?
We have some planning surely, and we will bring him back to his house again. By the way, if you see him anywhere, please do tell us.
Sure, sir.
Shake for a shake, I'm throwing these Emirates in the sky. Spinning this Assalamu alaikum, peace to M-O-N-E-Y. I love my beaches, south beaches, surfboard and high tide. I can just roll up, cause I'm swole up. So that birthday cake get the Cobra. Bugatti for real, I'm Cobra. The autobiography rover. Got the key to my city, it's over. No thoughts, only in the corner covers. I said rackets, ratchets, hold up.
I said rackets, ratchets, hold up.
I know you came here to see. If you a freak, then you come on with me. I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. And they already know me. It's going down further than famous. Girls get wetter than Katrina. You're my girl, you never seen it. Cause my tins by limousines. My touch say it's the Midas. We the plus, your man the minus. My team blowing on that slam. Make you cough, that's bronchitis. Put your hands up. It's a stick up, no more makeup. Get that ass on the floor, ladies. Put your lipstick up. Double entendre, double entendre. While you hating, I get money. Then I double up conquers. I know you came here to see. If you a freak, then you come on with me. And I know what you came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's going down for real. It's going down for real.
भैया वॉचमैन को बोलो ताला खोलो बंद कर दिया उन्होंने ताला
Watchman,
भाई बोल दिया भाई बोल दिया guys we're trapped inside that watchman has locked us inside this building.
This is the director. We've been trapped. धोखा हुआ है धोखा. चुप रहो.
It's going down for real. going down.